And looking at project management in Chapter 2, we're looking at organizational structures. The three main structures that it mentions are the functional organizational structure, the project organizational structure, and the matrix. So the first two are pretty simple. The functional would be, you would have a CEO, and that CEO under him would have vice presidents of different fields. So, say vice president of HR, of IT, president of manufacturing. So all of these would have people under them. It would be their staff. Not too hard. When a project comes up, either one of the heads or one of the staffs would end up having to get control of the project. Team members. So that's in the functional. Then in the project, this is in a pure project organization structure. You have the CEO. In the book, it leaves out this person. Usually, you'll have a project manager. And so the CEO is at the top. The project manager, what he does is he controls all of his staff. That consists of project manager A, PM B, PM C, so in this, project manager A reports to the head project manager, doesn't care what's going on with project manager B. Same thing for project manager C, and then they all have their own dedicated staff that report just to them. So that's in a pure project type of organization. A lot of defense and architectural and engineering firms use this type of organization. And then there is a mix of the two called a matrix. Now, in theory, this matrix sounds pretty good, because you have the CEO running the company just as usual, and then you have a couple of project managers, and then you have some vice presidents of IT and manufacturing, and if it fits on the screen here, we'll say VP of HR. So this guy, all these go across. Okay, and so these two guys are project managers, so they have some staff that are dedicated to them. And their staff is, let's see, we'll say this project manager is A, and what he ends up getting is, working for him, is he gets nobody from here. Let's see, this person has staff, manufacturing has staff, HR has staff. So project manager A, he gets no one from this guy's project management team. He comes over here to IT. He gets two staff members. He gets one staff from here, from the manufacturing division, and he gets one staff from HR part-time. Okay, and then project manager B comes through, gets the same type of thing. We'll say we get one here, two here, none here. Okay, so that looks like, wow, we're really getting to utilize many of our employees in many areas, because these two staff members here, not only are they doing work for the vice president of IT, so they're getting their normal work done, but wow, they're also working on one of our large projects with project manager A. Well, and that could very well be the case, because when we look at, if you go back and we look at the traditional project structure, it can be inefficient, because we've gone through the structure. We have the CEO, the project manager, and then we look into each project. These staff are hired specifically to work on this one project only. So if this guy here is some sort of illustrator, and so he's drawing pictures just for project A, and he's finishes drawing all the pictures, but the project isn't complete, or we've agreed to hire him for 6 months or 1 year, those days that he's sitting around, we're wasting money, because he's just sitting there not doing anything, waiting for work to come in. So if we have the same kind of thing come here in the matrix, so that guy's going, he's working here on project, he gets bored, or he finishes his work, we can put him right back to work working in another department. So he can go back working on IT stuff. He can work on the project management on the project when he's needed, and if he's not needed there, we've got other projects going on, he can be shifted to there. So the matrix really makes great uses of resources as far as staffing, but the biggest downfall to matrix being successfully operated is, we've got project manager A here. He's got his two staff. He's got 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 people that work for him. All 4 of these people also work for someone else. So he's got a deadline of Tuesday that I need to have all these IT components up and running. I need to have this website running. Well, this guy says, hey, we're installing new hardware and I want it done by Tuesday. So we've got somewhat of a conflict. These two guys, they've got 2 managers that they need to report and get some objectives done by Tuesday. These guys didn't communicate, because neither of these guys report to each other. The vice president of IT and the project manager A, they don't report to each other directly. They both report to the CEO eventually, but independently, they're trying to get what's best for them done. So what happens in cases where this project manager isn't giving the resources or the authority to control his resources is his schedule, his project gets pushed way out behind schedule, and missing a milestone, missing project dates, not only will it mess up that one day. We'll look later on the chapter or later on in the course where you'll see missing a milestone or pushing back dates can have disastrous effects throughout the remaining life of the project. So this is the biggest problem with the matrix structure. So it does have some pluses and it does have some negatives. To effectively run the matrix structure, you have to have top-down support. The CEO has to support the project managers. If the project managers don't have the authority to control their staff, then they're going to have a really hard time trying to be successful.